This is TWiT.
The theme the audience wanted most this month is kitchen. Is that a kitchen gadget?
This is a kitchen gadget.
Okay.
This is not how it comes from the store. This is, just to point that out, this is how it comes from Jeff Needle's house.
So fine. Oh, okay, he just moved the Petaluma. I noticed every single thing that we've been showing for the past 3 months can fit in a home.
Yes. We haven't done an over home-sized gadget yet.
No.
No, not yet. So we have a fun sort of mini theme for this week, and this week's mini theme is butter.
Is it the butter and eggs parade week?
No. We just have multiple gadgets. You threw 2 gadgets into one.
Yes.
We're throwing 3 gadgets into one.
Wow.
And they all have to deal with butter. So this is called the butter cutter.
Butter cutter.
And the general idea is that you'll use this to slice perfect slabs of butter for your food. On the bottom, there's a little silicone cap to keep it. It says for extended term use. And you can see there's the butter in here. We've already preloaded it. And then in the top is where you load the butter. And we have some toast to. We have, if you remember last week's gadget.
Yes. Must be kind of chilly by now.
Yeah, it's a little bit chilly. And then here's like this little weight that has some little gizmos on it to make sure that it keeps the butter pressed down. But you obviously don't have to do that when you're about ready to slice some butter. And then it's pretty simple. You grab it, you pull the trigger, and out comes a slab of butter, a little thing of butter.
Can you make it like thick butter and thin butter?
Nope, just that's the size. You get a size, whatever thickness this is it's a fairly
that's pretty good.
Thin-sized piece.
Which is good because it'll spread easier. Yeah.
Yes, here, let's try it here. I'm gonna try it on the other side to spread this.
When there's food,
butter.
I would spread it and stand back because about 9 people on the staff are going to come running out.
Jump in and want to eat this butter. Jeff says that he uses it a lot when cooking because it's such a consistent size that he can just throw 2 dollops of butter into the pan and let it simmer, and he knows it's going to be a very consistent slice. And I gotta say, I don't think there's any way that I would be able to slice butter this thin with my knife.
No, that's
consistently every single time.
Yeah.
On top of that, because it's all self-contained, you can just take the butter cutter and then put it back in your refrigerator. It's a nice little place to keep your butter, which is kind of nice. I would say it's a little bit on the bulky side, but in a refrigerator, this is actually, in my opinion, taking up less space than something that was a butter that's laid out flat because
that's interesting. Yeah.
Refrigerators are pretty tall, and any space above where your butter is laying is just wasted space. So they've moved the butter into the vertical direction. It's also patented. You can't see that. Oh, well, there's a U.S. patent number on the bottom of it, which I thought was pretty funny. There it is. Barely you can see. Patent number 6505536. So nobody steal the butter cutter. It is patented, folks. Pretty simple stuff. I kind of want to see.
Nice, yeah.
Here's the
I
mechanism
asked Jeff.
from behind.
Do it again.
So there's a blade that moves across the butter. And then the butter also moves itself.
And why is it not cutting it? Because
it's upside down. Yeah, that's gravity.
You do it not all the quarter. Okay.
Yeah. We're just gonna use up all of Jeff's butter.
Oh yeah.
There you go. But yeah, so it'll slice.
No, I asked Jeff what he made with 2 pats of butter, and he said I make melted butter with it. And it's a recipe handed down for generations in the Needles family.
Butter alone. He makes butter with his butter. We have lots of slices of butter. Now, I did mention before, we have more butter products. This actually all came because I saw a Kickstarter for a butter knife, and I wanted it really badly. And we actually contacted the people who were running this Kickstarter, and they only have prototypes. They haven't done the full run, and they couldn't send us a prototype. So this is called ButterUp. On one side, the solution that this is solving is butter right out of the refrigerator is really hard to spread. You need to either warm it up in a microwave or hope that you can somehow warm it up or just leave it out for a while. They have a pretty good...
this one does infomercial type things, cutting his hand, ripping the bread to pieces.
Right. Yeah. See how difficult his life is there. He's trying really hard. And so the way that they solve that is by creating a knife that has perforated holes on one side. We're definitely going to be taken off YouTube for that. No. And then the butter's already on the knife, so you can spread it right on to the bread.
Wow.
And so that is the ButterUp knife.
Wow. I think this is also on another Kickstarter product where it's being used to groom your head.
Yeah,
so it falls right into that thing we were talking about earlier.
Have you had the difficult problem of having hair gel wax that is too stiff? Rub the ButterUp butter knife across it, and now it'll become nice.
We call it the Beauty Up. It's the Beauty Up.
The Beauty Up. The Beauty Up. So anyway, that's the ButterUp knife. They've been successfully funded, and so they will have.
What are they asking, Chad, for you to kick in to get one?
For it was $12 Australian for the classic butter one. Stupendous, superfluous ButterUp. Say again? They spelled matte wrong. Matte finish. M-A-T-T is apparently not how you spell matte finish.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, so it was $12 Australian for that. Now, there is another. We're throwing one more Kickstarter.
More?
There is more. This is a different Kickstarter called the Spread That. This is a heated butter knife. Now, this one still has 16 days to go, so if you want to get another butter knife that helps spread butter, this is something that you could back and get. Who knows if the ButterUp butter knife is actually going to become a reality. Look, they've even done the desaturated, before, and here's the colorful after. So the idea behind this knife is that it's heated. So where
it's heated?
Yes, it's heated. The blade itself is heated. So here he is putting, a knife to the ice test, where the heated knife will cut through the ice much faster. I also like how, for some reason, that it says that on the corner. It says spread really small, and then it says that in big white letters.
In one of those shots under the knife, it says, oh, there it is again, no electricity, no battery.
The thing that I think, see, it uses your hand's heat. It's a type of metal that will transfer heat, I think, faster than a normal type of metal. So it'll induct it from your hand and then spread it to the butter. So
wow.
Yeah. I think that's how it works. But this one here, let's find out how much will this one cost.
Yeah, this should be.
Spread the love. So there's a $15 early bird and then a $20 if you are late. So yeah, the early bird is all gone. So this one is a $20 knife for the Spread That for a single. And it looks like you get a choice of color, it looked like. Yeah, there's a Spread That, there's a rose gold, and then a Spread That downloadable content, DLC. I'm not exactly sure how they're going to allow you to download that one. But anyway, so that's another butter knife. So Butterpalooza.
This is...
Now, can you still buy the butter cutter? We didn't cover that. It's on Amazon, so you can buy your very own butter cutter.
Oh, yeah. How much is it?
The butter cutter is currently $15 on Amazon, and that's with Prime. You can get the very model and color that we have here at the studio, and this is Jeff Needles at his house. This is actually a customer shot. Jeff has a very nicely polished table, and he always eats his toast with a fork. And
napkin, looks like a cloth napkin.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see the butter. It has these, nice speed. It's shooting out of the butter cutter. It is impaling that toast.
It's amazing. Zoom back a little, because often it moved now. You could tell it's Jeff's house. There was a bug there, but the bug was wearing a shirt and tie.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Yeah, so he is a stickler, even in his own house.
That's how you know.
About appearance.
Yeah. If we look in the reflection of this spoon right there, it's funny, actually, that's the edge of the butter cutter. I guess this was a real, I don't know why, but I assume that they had photoshopped the heck out of this. But no, I think that's the edge of the butter cutter. That's really funny. So anyway, butter cutter is $15 on Amazon. The Kickstarter is over for the ButterUp, was that what? ButterUp, and then the final Kickstarter for the butter spread that is still available for you.